I've been thinking, how much fuck should you give about people's feelings these days? I'm not talking about, going around spouting hateful shit just to intentionally offend people. It's more of how should you react to people who do? Or at least, those people who make you feel uncomfortable? I mean, we've all encountered these people, right? You know that relative or acquaintance who would use the touchiest of subjects as conversation starters? A few weeks ago, I decided to venture outside our home for some much needed and long overdue exercise. I chanced upon a neighbor who lived near the village clubhouse where I intended to shoot hoops. It would have been okay for him not to recognize me. I mean, my house is two faces away, so the chances of us encountering one another during the lockdowns were basically nil. And the last time I was out and about the village, masks weren't required. I sported a different haircut, and I was about 12 pounds lighter. I greeted him good morning, just like I do with neighbors I know. And his response was, "Uy, si Alex ka ba? Di kasi kita nakilala eh. Napakataba mo kasi." The guy was twice my age, so I was giving him some customary distance. But I replied, "Oho, pero pwede ho ba nating huwag pag-usapan ng timbang?" Straight to his face. I mean, that's the reason I was there. Basketball in hand and in my workout gear, right? I know I have a weight issue and I'm trying to do something about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there in the first place. But I wouldn't want to talk about it. He remarked, kasi naman, ang laki talaga ng itinaba mo, hindi ka ganyang kataba dati. And I'm being accurate with the repeated uses of the word taba here. To me, that's the type of rubbing it in that merits a punch in the face. I said, nakiusap na nga ho ako, di ba, na huwag natin pag-usapan ng timbang. Tigil nyo na ho. And yet he still continued, kasi hindi maganda yan. Nabalitaan mo ba si using a name referring to one of our recently deceased neighbors? Baka matulad ka dun. Talking about lacking tact or subtlety, even using the memory of our dead neighbor just to make a non-point. I simply cut the interaction short saying, pwede yung shut up na lang kayo. Sinabi ko na kung ayaw kong pag-usapan, tuloy-tuloy pa kayo eh. Panira kayo ng araw. He slinked away, mumbling, clearly taken aback by my retort. So I just thought, well, there goes my veneer of sociability in the village. I'll be the angry, abrasive guy again. Anyway, that's what's interesting with these interactions. Often people, even when you tell them straight to their faces that you're having a problem with them, they'll be in denial that they're in the wrong. And they'd even use the sorry, not sorry tone like, "Sorry di ko alam eh." And put the onus of explaining back on you as if you owe them an explanation in the first place. Why can't people just shut up and leave things be? If information isn't voluntarily given, then there's no need to pry. If the other party says that they don't want to talk about something, just drop the subject and move on. Probably just go straight talking about politics to affirm whether or not the person's worth befriending or not. And can we just declare, certain topics as taboo when engaging people in small talk? Top of mind, stuff like, health issues, relationship statuses, when people are going to have kids. Whatever happened to using, how's the weather as an icebreaker? That's a pretty neutral open. Too bad some people just don't care or bother to be a tad more empathetic. You never know the emotional baggage or scars people may have when it comes to these topics. And trust me, you wouldn't want to have the same hurt that some people just carry around with them. And I don't think this is a matter of being a snowflake either. If you think it should be okay for people to take comments about, being fat or single or childless in stride, then you should also be fine when, we call you an oaf or a fuckwit. At least we'll be saying it straight to your face. And, if you get offended, who's the snowflake now? Makes you think how best to deal with these kinds of people. At this point in my life, I'm of the persuasion that if you make me feel uncomfortable, I'll let you know about it. There's no point in me unilaterally suffering in silence. If that breaks our relationship, so be it. Because going by that, Marie Kondo shit, if you don't spark joy in my life, then good fucking riddance.